Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where and when you're listening to this. This is Coffee with Kevin, and I am Kevin. I'm Kevin Martin. I am a mindset coach and a hypnotherapist and a bunch of other stuff. And more importantly, with this session, this is my coffee. Mm. Enjoy the little things. We'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. Sorry, I think my lighting is giving me all sorts of wacky stuff that's going on with me today. But yeah, it's Thanksgiving week. Today is 11/26 to November 26th, and in 2 more days it is Thanksgiving. And even more importantly, at my house, it is my wife Brenda's birthday. Happy pre-birthday to you, Brenda. It is just a wonderful, wonderful day out here in Tampa. The sun's shining. It's not hot. It's in the 70s, and it's kind of the perfect day. And here we are in November, and Thanksgiving's coming up. And when I think of Thanksgiving, I don't think of the traditional, the story we hear of the pilgrims and everything. The food's great and whatnot. However, what I think about is giving thanks. And that's what the holiday is about. This day was created by Abraham Lincoln in 1863. I can't remember the exact date. As the last Thursday of the month, and later on, I think as FDR made it the fourth Thursday of the month, because once in a while we'll have 5 Thursdays in a month. So it's the fourth Thursday, and that's why it goes all over the place on the dates and everything like that. So today, yes, today, I'm going to remind you that this whole month has been Gratitude Month. The whole month has been Gratitude Month. And I've got a couple quotes for us. This particular one: in ordinary life, we hardly realize that we receive a great deal more than we give. And that is only with gratitude that life becomes rich. So we do receive a lot more than we give, all of us. And when we realize that, we should have that gratitude for all that we've received. You can look at that and be grateful. I'm going to try not to move. I know that I'm getting a lot of shadows and things like that. Yeah, however, if I can, I don't see how I can easily change this. So I'm going to get off there. I apologize for that. We have, it's, once we realize how many things we receive, and that's why I do these gratitude list tasks for my clients and my students. Once you can go through and strain a little and say, okay, this is what I'm really, really grateful for. And you look at even the small things, even the little things in your life you can be grateful for. You come to realize and you'll come to feel that gratitude much more often than you have in the past. The other day, I actually assigned a different task to somebody. I said, not just think about the things you're grateful for, think about the 3 good things that you did. The 3 things, little things, they could be little things, but 3 things that you did today that you're proud of. And we can all find those things, even if it's, hey, I started the day off right, or, I said a kind word to somebody. Think of 3 nice things that you did. And you'll also, that's another way to find the gratitude. That's another way to get closer to the gratitude. Okay. I am not sure. I think I have. I'm disturbing all sorts of things in my talk this morning, but there we are, a little better. Yes, a little bit more solid in the light. I got rid of one of the lights here. So let's go to our next one. When you're grateful, fear disappears and abundance appears. When you're grateful, fear disappears and abundance appears. That's that fear of not having enough. That's that fear of not being enough. When you start to be grateful, it's amazing how many things change. It really, truly is. So we've only got a few days left in a month. We've got Thanksgiving in 2 days. I want you to really, really focus on the gratitude. Focus on the gratitude and bring as much to your life as you possibly can. And you're going to find abundance is going to appear. If you want to do a gratitude list every day, 3 things you're grateful for, make it 6 things you're grateful for till the end of the month. That would be perfect. That would be great. Okay, now to what we've been focusing on this month in the past 2 or 3 episodes here. We've been focusing on the keys to a happy life. The keys to a happy life. I'm going to share my screen again. We're going to go. Here we go. Here we go. As long as it's going to share. There we go. All right. The 3 most important keys. I'm going to review this because we've been talking about this the last 2 episodes. Happiness often feels elusive, but it's within our reach. It really is. There's just a few principles. We talked about cultivating gratitude, and we've been talking about gratitude every single episode this month. Cultivating gratitude, I've given you lots of different ways to do that. Building meaningful connections. We're not alone in life. We're not an island. You want to build those meaningful connections, even as small connections, even with strangers that you meet passing by. All you have to do is a smile and a hello. And today, we're talking about embracing growth. Here we are. Okay. There we go. It's a little slow in there. Embracing growth. Personal growth. And I have a picture of a plant there. You know, one of my favorite quotes from Tony Robbins, who's quoted below, is we are like plants. If we stop growing, we start dying. And when I saw that plant, I said, that's perfect. We don't die, physically die, but we die inside. Where all of our hopes, ambitions, everything dies inside if we stop growing. So we want to grow. We want to continuously grow. And that's something I've been working on for many, many years, for the past 40 years, maybe even longer. I grew up, I said this before, I grew up and my mom would listen to these records. Yes, there were records. There were vinyl records. Actually, some of them were the 90 speed. They're special size records and stuff like that. And she would listen to them when I was like 7, 8 years old because she had a business and she needed to keep that going. And so it was all about personal growth. It was all about learning about motivation. It's all about learning about success. So I had been growing mentally and in that way since I was a kid. So you want to embrace personal growth. What does personal growth mean? Happiness thrives when we feel we're growing and moving forward. It truly does. Every time you learn something new, it's like moving forward. I remember a year ago or so, my brother-in-law was at the house, and we learned something new. We discovered peppermint keeps away mosquitoes. And he went through this whole diatribe about how come we weren't taught that in school. It's something important to learn. But it was something we learned, and it felt good learning something that was valuable. I mean, it was a silly offshoot thing, but it still felt good. Set personal goals about learning new skills and even embracing new challenges that can give us a strong sense of purpose and fulfillment. Now, learning and growing comes from not just, I mean, growing comes from not just learning something, not just reading books, listening to things. It comes from experiences as well. Growth doesn't mean big changes, small steps towards self improvement and building confidence and pride, creating a positive momentum that fuels the long term happiness. That's what you want to do on a daily basis. Small steps. Even if it's just you're building a new behavior, you're building um, a new pattern in your life, a new routine. That's positive. That works towards you. A lot of people like to build morning routines where you can actually sit for a few minutes and think about your day or meditate or just just be in the moment in mindfulness. This can be done in quietness. This can be done taking a walk. This can be done just staring at something that's so beautiful. You have a picture or you have a window like I do with flowers outside. That's personal growth when you're actually building a new routine for yourself that's going to help yourself. Personal growth is also stepping outside of your comfort zone. And you don't have to step outside of your comfort zone like jumping out of a plane. That's cool. I've done it. It's beautiful. However, it's just like doing something that you haven't done in the past or that you're afraid to do. That's not a big risk, maybe a small risk. You want to step up and start to speak up for yourself if you haven't done it in the past. You want to greet someone that you've been, intimidated by, maybe a boss or someone that you have the ability to talk to, but you're intimidated. You don't do that. It can be just outside of your growth. You're outside of your comfort zone. Do some of the exercises that your doctor recommends. So whatever it is, stepping outside of your comfort zones for you, by the way, for you. That's the main thing. So personal growth, embrace it. Don't poo-poo it and say, hey, I don't need to do it. Because when you do stop growing, when you've gone a long time, when I go for a week or a month or so, that I realize, hey, I haven't listened to anything new. I haven't done anything. I feel like I'm in a rut. Things don't go as well as they're supposed to be going or as they have been going. And that's what personal growth is all about. Okay. Now, let's summarize the 3 most important keys to a happy life. I love this. Looking in the mirror at yourself with a big smile. I mean, that's an authentic smile. She is happy. I love looking in the mirror and making faces at myself and actually having so much fun. You look in the mirror at that other person looking back. Who do you want to be? Who do you want to look like? Of course, you'd want to look happy. So start to look happy. In the end, happiness is about choosing to focus on what makes life meaningful and fulfilling. Choosing. Yeah, that's right. You got a choice. You may be going through life now and thinking about all the worst case stuff, worrying all the time, but you've actually chosen to do that. You're going to say, Kevin, no, I didn't choose it. It starts up in the morning or starts when I start talking to go to work or when I start talking to this person. I don't have a choice. Yes, you do have a choice. You do have a choice. The few things we have control over. We don't have control over what the external world is, what the people around us do and say, whatever. We don't have control over that. We have control over what we think and how we react. And what we think dictates how we react. Start thinking about those good things. See what you think, sense or feel or hear what you're thinking about, and think about the opposite. Try that. When we're grateful, connected, and growing, we're not only happier, but more resilient, more engaged, and more content with our journey. Let's focus on these three keys today and make happiness a daily choice. Let's focus on these three keys today and make happiness a daily choice. That's right, you can make it a daily choice. It's not going to happen to you. After a while, all sorts of things are going to happen to you that may continue to make you happy. Continue to make you happy. The fear will disappear when you've done these three things as well. Okay, that's it. I love this little lesson on happiness. This has been phenomenal. I love being able to present this to you, being able to share this with you. And I want you to go off and be happy. I want you to see what you can do to make this one of the happiest Thanksgivings for you. One of the happiest Thanksgivings for you. Look on reinventing, if you need to, those connections when you're with the people that you're going to be with on Thanksgiving. Look to learn something a little bit more. Stretch yourself, go out of your comfort zone to do the kind of things. Maybe has to do with gratitude. Maybe it's giving back of some sort. Look to do something like that. And you'll find that you will find more happiness in your life. I want you to have a great day and a great rest of the week and a phenomenal, phenomenal Thanksgiving. And I know it's in your power. You know it's in your power. You've been here long enough. You know it's in your power for you to choose to make it a phenomenal Thanksgiving. All right? You take care. And until next week, bye all.